Hi everyone, my name is Fumi Amano, the Glass Studio Manager at Pratt Fine Arts Center. Thank you for watching this artist interview today. This program is supported by Pratt Fine Arts Center. We are a non-profit art organization supported by a lot of Seattle art communities. We always really appreciate your support. If you are willing to support us, we always accept your donation. If you go to www.pratt.org, you can find the page easily. So before we move on to this interview with Nao Yamamoto today, I would like to introduce her biography. Nao Yamamoto uses elements from nature to explore and celebrate the power of life, both its significance and in its interconnectedness. Nao Yamamoto is a glass artist who works in California, born in Japan. She earned a BFA from Tama Art University in Tokyo in 2011 and an MFA from California State University, San Bernardino in 2014. Nao Yamamoto has won grand prize at Red Hot Gala and received Hot Shop residency at Museum of Glass in Tacoma in 2018. Yamamoto was chosen to design the 2017 Mayor's Art Award in Seattle, Washington. She has had solo and group exhibitions in all over the United States, such as Washington, California, and few others, as well as in Japan. I'm so happy to welcome Nao Yamamoto today. Thank you, Nao, today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have interview with you.
Japanese
Okay.
girls, love it.
Thank you. Okay, let's just move on to the interview. Are you ready now?
Maybe.
So now, could you tell me about yourself and also your background?
So I'm originally from Japan and I got my undergrad in Tama Art University in Tokyo. And when I was 22, I moved to the United States and I received my MFA in Southern California, where I relocated recently. But last 7 years, I've been working in Seattle as a glass artist and glass assistant, and I earned all the skills and experience there. But has been working in the United States for the last 10 years.
Wow, great. Yeah, like we've been worked in Seattle together for,
Yes.
for I don't know, last 5 years. It was so much fun. I'm so sad you moved to
I
California.
know. You finally got a Pratt and I moved away.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Did you always wanted to be an artist?
So when I was a kid, artist wasn't something that we become. And also like art was so much like part of my life that I didn't really think of artist as a job. But yeah, now I write artist as an occupation, and whenever I write that down, it feels very weird. But I also feel like everybody is kind of an artist, like it's not really a job, but it's more like a lifestyle to me.
Who are your biggest influences?
So I always say that Earth is the greatest artist and a great inspiration to us all. Just like how, the color and design that they created in nature is just so, amazing that I just feel like we're all trying to be like Earth or nature. But as for human, I look up James Terrell a lot. That how he does like such a simple things to take out the element or like phenomenon from the nature and turn it into like such a experience. Like sometimes they both like nature and James Terrell like teaches me like how complexity of the work is not like related to the message of the work, but sometimes like simple can carry like very strong messages.
Great. Is a real life situation inspire you as an artist?
To me, like I have to like have actual experiences. I almost feel like I'm making art to process that experience or remember the feeling of that experience. So I always say that my art is my diary, where I can, relive in that moment by, creating or looking at my work.
That's beautiful. Do you have a favorite or most inspirational place?
So I love water. Like I like to visit water to kind of like get a clarity and have like kind of empty moment or space so that I can think. I also like to look at just like a white wall to kind of run my imagination and work with my visions, as well as like when I'm driving is the most when I get is like I get those like inspirations when I'm driving. So I don't know why. Probably because my brain is empty, like because I have to focus on driving. It's like my body is occupied, but my brain space is available. That yeah, I have a lot of visions when I'm driving.
How has your practice changed over time? Is there any difference between before and after move to the United States?
So I moved to United States right after I got my undergrad. So all my artistic practice has been developed in United States. But in the beginning of my career, I feel like I had to choose like which type of artist that I wanted to be. But then over the years I've learned that like each form of art like satisfy my certain kind of like artistic needs, that I need all of it. So I enjoy blowing glass, making like some functional stuff, satisfy my needs to be in a hot shop. And these like medium-sized sculptures like helps me to get these ideas out like more conceptual. And also like they make good money that is it's easier to sell. But still like I like need to do this kind of like installation work where my voice is more important than my money or skill level, like something that like speaks to my soul. And now I'm just like doing everything that I want to satisfy who I am.
What work do you most enjoy doing?
I enjoy blowing glass a lot, just because the heat and everything, like like that's my happy place. At the same time, I still like to do some like tedious work, like stained glass or gluing. I do a lot of gluing, but any work that I'm working on, like seeing all the idea coming together is the best part of the process, I think.
I really like your work Ripples series. Would you like to talk about the project and and also the concept behind the work?
Sure. That piece was very important, process that. So I started to do the technique when I was in undergrad. Like one of my last project that I did at school was like gluing that teardrops onto that, blown form. And I got into my MFA and the first project, like I have no idea what to make. So I was kept doing the things that I wanted to, I wanted to explore. Then it turned into a lighting and it turned it into a sculpture. So like same technique, but it has been reflecting my growth as a glassblower and artist. And when I moved to Seattle from California, like the abundance of water in Seattle inspired me to create the teardrop form. And also kind of that links to the concept that I had, that like simple beauty, just a droplet of water. It's so beautiful, So I started to make those sculpture. And whenever I visit like water scene or whenever I travel to like, take vacations, like I try to create that, design inspired from those each scene, and has been very fun.
Ah, that's great. That's so beautiful. Yeah, I really like to hear like you are inspired by the nature in this Northwest coast. Yeah, I really agree with you. It's so beautiful. Okay, I will move on to the next. What was your favorite project you worked on?
So my favorite piece that I made is this love from meditation. The creativeness was such a bumpy road that I don't really want to redo it again, but the result was just stunning. And I've been having a lot of these like a my spirituality as my inspiration, and I've been loving that work.
Yeah, I love that work too. It's so beautiful.
This was something that like it came to me as a vision, and I didn't know like what to do with it. But it took about 2 years to finally complete, and my universe was very happy to see this happening.
Wow, it takes so long, but I
Yeah.
totally understand it. The next question, what is the artist life like? What is your work day like?
So I'm not one of those hardworking artists that I do whatever I want every day, and most of the time I'm just hanging out. But so I have my own little business with my spiritual friend in Japan, and even that I still try to work only when I want to, so that my motivation and my energy is more pure. I've been challenging myself to only do what I want to do every day. It's very challenging because I still have those voices like which tells me like what are you doing? Like, like what are you doing for your life? But try not to channel that, but trying to really, be present and mindfulness, um, and spend my days with more, peace and happiness. And I really love where I am, and I feel like I worked really hard to get this lifestyle, so I'm very proud.
I know you are a hard worker. You are humble. You try not to say that. But it's
You're right. Like when I'm motivated, when I'm excited about some project, I forget a time and I work, whole day, all night. But when I don't feel motivated, I stop punishing myself for that, basically.
how did the appearance on Netflix Blown Away impact on your life? I watched the series. It was so much fun, and I was cheering up you all the time.
Thank you. They did such a great job, don't you think? The editing people, the TV people did such a great job. Because there was definitely like a difficult moments in the show, but we all projected as very such a professional, talented glass blowers, which we all are. But I think like TV people did such a great job conveying that. And my life hasn't been changed so much. Only my Instagram. I have a lot of really great supportive people. I love how like everybody's just so positive on Instagram. I know that each platform has different vibe, but yeah, Instagram, it's been working very well. And I also feel like I feel like I have this little like I don't know, power to shine a little light into a glass community. So been talking about, how glass field works or the other studio, and it's just great to have an audience.
I'm just curious, like I'm sure it was a tough being on TV. Is there any like a story behind on the show? Like what was the tough situation you have to like deal with it while you guys
So
are shooting the
when
show?
we say reality TV show, a lot of people thinks that like they are, like TV people controlling us. But as for Blown Away, it wasn't that case. So like first thing that they will tell us was like, we don't want to put any words in your mouth. So like we might suggest things, but you always have a right and like options to how do you carry that message. So that that made me feel really comfortable. And it's a TV show, so still like they try to find like those, what triggers us basically, and how we keep calm in a situation, or how we be authentic to ourselves. Like was kind of a challenge. A lot of meditation, a lot of meditation.
Yeah, you guys are artists and you guys have already the voice with the art, so that
Yeah,
speaks us so much.
yeah.
Okay, the next. So after maybe after the show, it was a big change. How does the social media impact on your artist life?
Especially because the pandemic, like we are connecting through social media or online more than ever. And I always liked posting things, but sharing my process or like process work or sharing my lifestyle has been kind of a part of the process to like to be who I to to describe who I am. like I said, the people are, very supportive on social media, as for me at least. So that, yeah, like I've been really enjoying. And I live by myself with my cat, as you can see in the picture. And those like little interaction with people on social media has been actually like a lifesaver.
Well, that's great. Yeah, sometimes like those social media like do like a negative impact on someone's life, but that's good. Like for you, it's really good thing, and I'm so glad to hear like you got so many supporters.
Yeah, I know. Thank
Great.
you guys.
Okay. So, what is your dream project if there is no limit for budget, scale, and materials?
Those kind of things are very hard to think for me, but I always feel like I want to create something that provokes the feeling or emotions, like nature does to me a lot of times. Like one time, few times actually, like people, says that my work was breathtaking, and I really liked that, expression, and I was very honored to be called that expression. But my goal is to always like carry something that like speaks to very inside of us, so I'm here to find that out what that is.
Like, are you interested in like making a sculpture or installation, or do you want to try any other materials besides glass? I know you use bronze casting for
Yeah, the
project. Yeah, but any
I'm
platform are you interested in?
I'm like, so I was making a lot of sculpture piece when I was in Seattle, and now I think I'm into more like a installation. And I do see a lot of division in between the contemporary art and the glass art. Like in Seattle, people always says that like, oh, like art, glass art never can be in a contemporary, art scene because it's so traditional. But I'm actually here to challenge that. I mean, there are already artists like who's doing that thing, but I'm also want to talk about this like beauty of glass and the beauty of this like tradition that we carry in each generation. Like I want to elevate that kind of a essence to more broader, brighter area or the audience. So like differently, I'm into more installation, something like bigger and overwhelming, a sense of feeling.
That's exciting. I want to see more installation work. Uh,
Yeah.
do you have any like upcoming exhibition or upcoming project you would like to announce to everyone?
So I got this opportunity from Barrio Glassworks, which is in Carlsbad, Southern California. They are newly open studio. They opened, I think, last December, and they're just starting to do this residency program for the artists, glass artists. So I'm gonna be in the Barrio Glassworks from May 25th till 28th, making my own work. And I'm as of now, like we are planning for me to stay there to finish my work and exhibit into the gallery. So after that, my glassblowing residency, I'm going to finish the work there and so that people can see my work in a gallery for probably like as long as they allow me, to be honest.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations on the residency program.
They're such a great people, and I'm very excited to be part of that community, to be honest.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing your stories. That was so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm in Seattle.
Oh, thank you for saying that. We miss you too.
But I hope to come back to Seattle and keep working in the glass field. So yeah, I hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you.